Hey, what's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. I'll probably say the wrong year a few times in the next month or two, or 12, who knows? So just be aware. Threw you off there, a little curveball to start off the show, huh? Keeping things interesting. That's what I do here. All right. Today's episode, first of all, where I get rolling, I gotta shut down some of these Fire Ryan Day comments and social media posts I'm seeing. It's not gonna happen. Okay. Who else are you gonna fucking hire? Urban Meyer? No, we're not going backwards. No. Who else is there then? Urban Meyer is not going to be a head coach of Ohio State ever again. Mark it down. That's a real promise, even though I carry no weight with the program whatsoever. All right. Anyways, let's talk defense. All right. So this defense looked like hammered shit the last two games of our season. Didn't look great against Maryland either. By the way, defense has to get better. Let's just talk about it here. Let's reopen some old wounds. They set school records for the most yards per play allowed against Michigan at 8.8 yards per play. That's not great. Not great, Bob. And then the next game against Georgia, they set a new record at 8.9 yards per play. Not any better. Usually it goes backwards. Apparently not. Anyways, last two games, given up 87 points, over 1,000 yards, 38 points alone in the fourth quarters. 38. And against Georgia, that was an 18-3 run that they put up in the fourth. We've had one takeaway, 2 sacks, 9 TFLs in the last two games. That's not getting it done. Again, if you listen to the show, my instant reaction on Sunday, we got to get better in the secondary, especially corners and safeties. Well, that is the secondary, sorry. But we also got to get consistent pressure, right? Consistent pressure up front. I'm not saying you got to be, sacking the quarterback on every play, but you got to get consistent pressure by your front four, so you don't have to always blitz to get pressure. And one takeaway and 2 sacks, that's fucking garbage in 2 games. I know they're better teams. They're the two best of the 4 in the country. But still, you got to turn people over, man. TCU did it to Michigan. 2 pick sixes. Hello. Anyways, there's run fit issues still, again, all over. Discipline issues, same things we've been having trouble with for the last 3-4 years. Since 2019, really, that was the last defense where we had so many freaks that there were no issues. They could cover up some of that shit. But we're still seeing a replay, broken record of the same shit we saw last year against Michigan, Oregon, shit like that. We talked enough about the 5 big plays against Michigan. We're well aware of those. Went for 35 points. Georgia hit, though, on 10 plays of 20 yards or more. 2 of them for touchdowns, and it would have been a third, but on that one play, the receiver got tripped up by the turf monster. That was a 52-yard play in the second quarter. So too many big plays. 10 in one game of 20 yards or more. No. Jim Knowles' rule is 5. Fucking crushed that, dude. Good job. Georgia targeted Tommy Eichenberg, which is scheme. That's all their offensive scheme. Find the mismatch. You don't want a Tommy Eichenberg covering a receiver. I know we all had tough Borland shakes when we saw Eichenberg chasing a receiver down the field. We all got flashbacks. But they targeted Eichenberg 9 times, had 9 catches, 127 yards, and a touchdown. Again, we got to out-scheme their scheme. I know, other offensive coordinators, especially top of the line, like Georgia's Todd Monken, their offense coordinator, they're going to scheme us up. But we got to have a counter to their scheme, right? Before the snap, preferably. So yeah, and this safety-driven defense we've heard all freaking year long. Safety-driven defense. We have 3 safeties on the field at all times. Doesn't fucking matter. Well, they got exposed in the 2 biggest games of the year. Ransom and Hickman were 2 of my favorite players heading into the season. I was like, I feel great about having these guys in the secondary. It's strong and free, and of course McAllister was supposed to be like, he knows Noel's system. He knows how to play it. Dude, he was the fish. You heard Urban Meyer on TV talk about find the fish. McAllister was the fish. That dude got worked all year, and not by great teams either. But Ransom and Hickman, they fucking fell off the map in the last 2 games. Giving up way too many explosive plays. Your deep safety is supposed to be like your Jordan Fuller. If somebody does get out the gate, or a big pass play does happen down the seam or down the sideline, your deep safety, your free safety is supposed to be there to at least minimize it, not just hold a fucking flag for them while they waltz into the end zone. And that's where Hickman and Ransom fell off. Ransom got torched on that big 76-yard play against Georgia, where he fell down. Again, scheme. They schemed up. Ransom got him covering the fastest guy on the team. Guy runs like a fucking 10-800 or some shit. You got to tweak that. You got to have a counter for their schemes. This is our 3rd defensive coordinator in 4 years. Paid $2 million for Jim Knowles. Supposed to be the best coordinator in the country, right? He's better than Alex Grinch, I'll give you that. Grinch might not have a job very soon. But again, too many big plays. It's eerily similar to last year, just change the fucking names and numbers. So I got for you today. Let's see how the Buckeyes address this. Do they make any staff changes on the defense? I don't see that coming unless Larry retires. I still think that's going to happen. Go back and check out my episode from a couple of weeks ago where I called for Larry to probably retire, and I think Randall Joyner, his former GA, is the name at the top of the list if the Buckeyes can get him. So I don't see why not. We got, there's no reason we can't pay that guy. So anyways, that's what I got for you. Let me know what you guys think. I know I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to flush all this out of my system. So I'm done bitching about the Georgia game, but just an assessment of the defense as a whole is it got worse, not better throughout the year. And that's not how it's supposed to go. So anyways, hit me up in the comments and let me know what you guys think. Hit me up, email me. You know my email address, joe@thebuckeyecast.com. And I'll talk to you later. Go Bucks.